it should have been a celebration of peace in Europe after the Second War, that it should have been some commemoration of the defeat of the fascists in that war. And you would have thought that there could have been some more messages for peace across the world. Instead, our government has basically spent its time warmongering, our Prime Minister prancing about pretending to be Winston Churchill in front of the symbol of the British Empire, the Union Jack, putting Ukrainians at the front of parades for VE Day as soldiers in that war, going and visiting, this is what Starmer did, going and visiting Leonardo's, the arms factory that supplies Israel, a factory that has been action taken against several times by Palestine Action, deservedly so. And where's Starmer rock up to promote his local elections and the concept of VE Day? Leonardo's, hobnobbing with the armaments. And then the report comes out this week that shows that the arms export licenses, do you remember these? We have 350 arms export licenses for Israeli firms going to arm Israel. And Labour, when it got into office, cancelled allegedly 30. But it turns out they didn't even do that. And the report this week describes their behaviour as misleading. I'm glad somebody said that first. Thank you, Bushra. Lying. That's what you and me call it. Lying. They lied. They said they would cancel some export licenses and they didn't even do that. Even the 30 they said they would. They are arming Israel and it's not in our name. And as the week has gone on, we've seen Starmer employing his or our RAF pilots to go and bomb Yemen. That is effectively a declaration of war by this country against Yemen, something they've never been to Parliament to get approval for what that might be worth. And they have bombed drone factories in Yemen. I wish they'd bombed some drone factories in this country. We could point them to a few of them, it would save us a lot of time. But instead, they pick on Yemen, the poorest, most war-torn country in the world, that has had the bravery to stand with Palestine and to keep turning yet another ship around in support of Palestine. Let's hear it for Yemen! And let's not hear it for Starmer and his gang. How much more do they need to see and hear? For many weeks we've said there are no more words we can think of to use. There are no more images. The 50,000 dead in Gaza, the 10,000 more dead in the rubble, hundreds of thousands injured and hospitals targeted and bombed to pieces, journalists targeted, government workers targeted, Gaza now being torn into strips by roads that are being built across it as the greedy Israeli settlers line up on the border of Israel and Gaza, pointing out bits of land that they would like to go and settle in. These are the greedy bastards that Louis Theroux showed on his programme, that even RTV has managed to show, and there's a piece in The Guardian today by him saying how surprised he was by the reaction to that. It's worth a read. We know this already. We can see it. And it's not just the numbers, but the faces of the young children who are starving, whose bones are so thin and so brittle that they can hardly stand up and open the door of their bedroom to go to the bathroom in what's left of their housing. The tents that are probably made for 2 persons that are now holding 24 persons, and many of those children with no food and no water. What more do our government need to see or hear? What is wrong with them? Why can they not see what all the rest of us can see? that they are arming a genocide, that they are supporting Israel, that they have declared war themselves on Palestine, that they are the ones who are out of order with the International Criminal Court and the International Court of Justice. What more can we do? It is incredibly frustrating for all of us who are here. Repeatedly people ask, what more can we do? How can we go on? Demonstrating alone is not enough. We probably haven't stopped a bullet or a bomb despite the hundreds of demonstrations. We need to do more, and we have said all along we will do more. We've had weekly vigils in all of the areas around Greater Manchester. Let's have a cheer for Levenshulme and Whalley Range and Withington and Didsbury and Oldham and Ashton and Altrincham and all of those others, Longsight, that have been keeping going all this time. We've had consumer boycotts where people go into the supermarkets and stop the Israeli produce being sold there. Let's have a cheer for all those going in. It's a great piece of fun activity as well, but let's take that serious message. We do not want them stocking Israeli produce in our supermarkets. And we've had, most of all, direct action, especially by Palestine Action, together with the Oldham Peace and Justice Group, which closed down LB in Oldham. And that is why, as I said a minute ago, let's go and make sure we help the Shenstone people who are working every week to try and close down LB in Shenstone. And get on that coach on the 27th, sign up at the Greater Manchester Friends of Palestine stall at the back. And let's turn our practical action into some victories for us here in this country. Because we can't find these rotten, useless MPs who are supposed to be our representatives in government. I'm not going to repeat what an Irish band allegedly said recently. No, I'm not saying it. But we might want to kick some of these MPs. We might want to kick them out of their cosy chambers in Parliament and down the stairs and kick them out of office because they are no use, and we need to go straight to the source and target those Israeli-friendly companies, target those banks, target those arms factories, and make sure that we directly, for ourselves, stop Israel now. And today in particular, we're going to hear some contributions about the week of action that we have been having against Booking.com. Boo, thank you. Boo to Booking.com. Booking.com occupies offices down in Spinningfields. We're going to march directly there along Deansgate and go down Key Street to get to Booking.com. We've been there a few times this week already. And they, disgracefully, are letting their holiday properties on the illegal Israeli settlements. This is so obvious. I mean, they're probably letting them elsewhere as well that we wouldn't be very happy with, but this is in breach of international law. This is a company that says it's following the law. This is a company that wants to give choice to anybody, wherever they want to have a holiday. Where is the choice for the Palestinians, whose villages and land were robbed, whose settlements have been built over by the Israelis? And Booking.com is now letting some of those properties to other people to go and have their own holidays on them, on stolen Palestinian land. Boycott! 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 So it now gives me great pleasure to introduce some of our speakers for today. I hope you will give them a very warm reception.
Jerusalem. Booking.com spokesperson responded to their involvement in Israeli war crimes, and they said the following: "Our mission is to make it easier for everyone to experience the world, and as such, we believe it's not our place to decide where someone can." Mothers and fathers, doctors, all of these people are continuously being targeted. The coverage may have slowed down, but the massacres carried out by the Zionist entity
full of both these lands free. Before I finish, I want to try a little chant with you all. Week in, week out, we all chant the word Hurriya, which in Arabic means freedom.
Decimated before them. All such peoples defend our land, for it is the origin of all.
Free, free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! Free, free, free Palestine! Occupation no more! 26 till we reign! Israel never stay! Ciao, ciao, ciao! Viva, viva!
Across the West Bank and East Jerusalem, this tourism industry normalizes the Zionist state, frames it as any other holiday destination to be explored, while under this cover, tourist sites and national parks are often used to distort history and rewrite narratives about the Zionist state and how it came to be.
Divest from Israel now! Divest from Israel now! We are here